Oh, man. What just happened? Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and ladies and gentlemen, we have just witnessed something that hasn't happened since 1965. The New York Knicks just lit up another team back-to-back for 140 points or more. 2 games in a row, 143 points. They shellacked the Sacramento Kings, but they gave up 120 to them. Tonight, they won by 37 over the Memphis Grizzlies, who were the hottest team coming into this game in the NBA. And number 5 in offensive rating, number 5 in defensive rating, number 5 in net rating. And the Knicks made them look like imposters tonight. That's right. It was such a tremendous all-around effort. The bench scored 50-plus points. That's right. Mikal Bridges came through with some huge numbers. The New York Knicks picked up 20 steals. That's right, 20 steals. This is truly something magical is happening here, and I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. We're going to get into it. We got the highlights. We got the breakdowns. Let's go. Drop your comments. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Oh, also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and share this video. I would greatly appreciate that. And any support for the channel, that would be totally helpful, incredibly helpful. Let's get to it. Here we go. Karl Anthony Towns. He's still got that, he's still dealing with the thumb issue. I was concerned coming into this game. If Towns cannot hit a 3, what is going to happen against Jaren Jackson Jr., who they call Trilogy now, and Santi Aldama? They have some big players over there. Brandon Clark. What is going to happen? Is all that spacing, that beautiful spacing that we've been enjoying, are they just going to collapse that on us? Because they're a very good defense. Comes right out, buries his first 3-point attempt. And that completely changed the game. That was early. That was in the third quarter, early in the third quarter. The Knicks went up to build a 13-point lead, but let it drift down to just a 3-point lead heading into the second quarter. So you start worrying. You start worrying as a Knicks fan. You're like, okay, are we the imposters? Are we going to be able to hang on? We did, took care of business in that second quarter, went into the half. I think we were up 8 at the half. And that third quarter and then the fourth quarter, the Knicks scored 83 points in the second half to just totally dominate and just run away with this game. It was just something beautiful to see. And I tweeted this out. Not only did the Knicks destroy the hot Grizzlies by 37, they now find themselves only 1 game back from second place in the East after Houston defeated Boston. Can't wait to hear what kind of slander the national sports media will cook up to negate what New York Knicks is accomplishing right now. We're going to see. We're going to see what they're going to say tomorrow on all those shows and whatnot. But we know what's happening here. This team is for real, and they are for real because Leon Rose has loaded it with top quality. That's what's happening here. It's just taking time. And actually, it's probably taken less time than it should have. Some teams, when they have such a tremendous overhaul, like they did, like 40% of your starting unit, traded away, and you're bringing new players. Usually it takes several months, sometimes it takes a whole season to figure it out. This offense had started clicking early. The defense is what was, took its time to come along. Well, tonight with the 20 steals and keeping this Grizzlies offense, the number 1 high-scoring offense in the NBA, and just pure points scored per game, we held them to 106. That shows you that this team can play championship-level defense because they have championship-level quality on this roster. That is right. They have the best point guard in the East, best center in the East, evidenced by all-star starter status. They have the 2 best wings, in my opinion, 2-way wings in the East that can score, light it up, and shut other players down. And then they have the best role player in the NBA in Josh Hart. Once you combine all that together and you give them time and don't burn them out by playing them 40 minutes a game, look what can happen here. Look what can happen. Something beautiful can happen. This is outstanding. Here it is. The Knicks have now got 31 wins, 16 losses, only one game behind the Boston Celtics, and 6.5 games behind the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland, they are playing tonight. Oh, they did win. They won tonight. They beat the Detroit Pistons, but we're right there. We got we're 4 full games in front of the Bucks. We got 5 full games in front of the Pacers, who have been coming on of late, and then there's Miami there, they got issues. They got problems with Jimmy Butler. Orlando. Yeah, so they got Paolo back, and they're not as good as they were. They kind of had their moment. They can't score. Detroit is a good, young, up-and-coming team. Right now, they're 500. I expect them to continue getting better. And Atlanta is still dangerous as far as I'm concerned, even though we took care of business against them recently. No need to talk about the rest of those guys in that list right there. Tommy Beer, Knicks, 4-0 since Thibs went to 9-man rotation. It's not a coincidence, guys. It's not a coincidence. It's what happens when guys have juice in their legs. Those shots suddenly are not front rimming. They're splashing the net. The Knicks were outstanding from long, well, not outstanding, but they were very good from long range. And on the fast breaks, this is one of the fastest paced teams in the NBA, and the Knicks smoked them in fast breaks. Let's keep going here. New York Stats, Knicks Stats tweeted this out. As I mentioned earlier, Knicks have scored 140-plus points in consecutive games for the second time in franchise history. The other was December 11th through the 14th in 1965. I was a year old. A year and a half old at that point. That's crazy to think that. Oh, man, I'm blown away by the accomplishment that this team achieved today. And it was a great team effort. It started off early. Mikal was cooking, and then Cat took over that third quarter, and then Mikal came back again. I mean, it was just a beautiful thing to watch them cook. Speaking of Mikal Bridges tonight, look at this. Shout out to Hoop Central. 28 points, 6 dimes, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and he shot 63% from the field. A plus 43 in plus minus. So the Knicks won by 37, but when he was on the court, they won by an additional 6. How nuts is that? How nuts is that? And then when you look at what Ja did, who he was covering Ja most of this game, Ja could only come up with 10 points tonight. 10 points. Several times he's got a shot blocked. He's trying to go into that paint. The aggressiveness of the Knicks, the hands, the deflections, the activity in the paint was outstanding tonight. They completely had the Grizzlies frazzled. Now, Jaren Jackson Jr. was the one guy who could get some things going here and there, but he got himself into foul trouble, and that took a slight bit of edge off of him. The Knicks played this game beautifully tonight. Precious Achiuwa is another important reason why. The bench was outstanding. He came off in 20 minutes off the bench, 14 points, 6 of 9 from the field. He had a three-pointer. 3 steals for him, and picked up 2 blocks and a million dunks. And he had a sick tomahawk dunk at one point in this game. And right after, was it that dunk? No, it was a Deuce dunk. He had a sick tomahawk dunk. And Duke dunked twice. So, when Duke dunks, we win. It just happens. Here, New York basketball, shout out to them. Knicks, 20 steals versus the best offense in the league. Their most since 1987. We're talking about historical results here today. This what we're seeing here, we haven't seen in generations. Honestly. And OG Anunoby tonight. You look at his stat line, 15 points, okay, that's nice. 5 rebounds, okay, that's nice. 4 assists, yeah. 6 steals. The guy was El Bandito tonight. Beautiful, and got a big block. Outstanding for him tonight. I loved the way he played and his defense. He was completely making the Grizzlies second guess every decision they were going to make if he was even near them at all. Loved what he did tonight. Speaking of Josh Hart, they put this on the screen during the game. Josh Hart, in his first 45 games this season, he's number 1 in loose balls recovered, number 3 in minutes per game, number 4 in triple doubles, number 11 in total rebounds. A 6'5" guy, 6'4" guy, 11th in total rebounds, 11th in deflections, 12th in double doubles, and 12th in steals per game. Beautiful. This guy does it all. He is the best role player in the NBA and deserved the acknowledgement from the players and the media for all-star voting. I voted for him. I voted for all the starters. So, to be totally honest. But this is beautiful. He deserves these accolades. Tonight he was quiet offensively, but he did his job on the other end. All right, we got stats here. Let's get to the highlights. Here we go. The game got off a little sloppy. There were 2 turnovers right away. Mikal actually is the one who was a part of those turnovers. But then he came through with that rainbow turnaround in the paint. And then Cat, this is the moment right here. When he hit that, a big smile crept across my face. I was like, you know what? I think we can win this game. If Cat can shoot the 3 like that tonight, he's going to keep that floor nice and spaced. Because Jaren Jackson, definitely, he was a defensive player of the year. And we had to keep him out of the paint. Ja trying to drive in. He gets a point. It's one of his 8 buckets that he got. Let's see. Ja Morant tonight. He shot 5 of 13, 38.5%. He missed his 1 3-point attempt. Did not get a single free throw attempt. That is outstanding defense. That's how you do it. You don't let them feed elsewhere. That is how you do it. He did pick up 5 rebounds and 2 assists, but finished with 4 turnovers himself, 10 points. The Knicks forced the Grizzlies to commit 26 turnovers tonight. Now, they are a high turnover team, and that was one of the key weaknesses. So I was thinking, you know what? If Cat can show that he can hit the 3, so that means you can't leave him alone, which you can't leave him alone anyway. But, you never know how teams might adjust. And if the Knicks can force the Grizzlies to cough the ball up, we have a great chance to win. Now, did I foresee a 37-point annihilation? No way. What's happened here is, and it's kind of what I was mentioning earlier, where it's similar to, like I've talked about this before in European soccer or international, in soccer, football, where you'll hear people discuss, the teams and what's a good team, what's a bad team, and this stuff. What they look at is the actual individual quality of each player itself. So that is what I'm talking about here. The quality. Look at Deuce. Deuce is a bench guy. He's the 6th man. He is fantastic. He is one of the best 6 men. And today, this was one of the best games he's played in a very, very long time for Deuce. Deuce finished tonight he played almost 24 minutes, 6 of 13 from the field, 14 points, and 4 assists and 3 steals for Deuce McBride, and 2 for 7 from the 3-point line. Right here, we go. Ooh, that's another little. That's the 4th point that Josh scored in this game. Deuce was outstanding. And then you have to look at Mikal Bridges. This guy, he was the number 1 guy for the Nets. He's been on the Suns finals team. Runner up for Defensive Player of the Year. The guy's serious business. And look at him getting out there on the break. The Knicks were unbelievable on the break tonight. Let's see. What was the final? The Knicks in fast break points, 31 fast break points to just 9 for Memphis. That is outstanding. That's a plus 22 in fast break points. We just beat a team at their own game. Just beat them at their own game, because this offense that the Knicks have has so many facets to it. We don't just have to win by draining threes. We don't just have to win by just getting into the paint and at the rim. We can win in so many different ways, and we have a great mid-range shooters as well. There was one big mid-range shot that OG took. It was a deep one. It was probably like a 19-footer. He buried it, and it was at a key moment there because there were times when the game got a little tight. You know, hard to believe when you look at this. See right here in the third quarter, we only have a 10-point lead right now. That was a gorgeous pass. Look at that. Backdoor. Outstanding. Jalen Brunson. I haven't barely even talked about him tonight. Jalen Brunson only played the best stat line about Jalen Brunson. He only played 25 minutes tonight. That's right. And in his 25 minutes, he gave you 20 points, shot 4 of 6 from the three-point line, 66.7%, and got 6 dimes himself. The New York Knicks finished with 32 assists. Now, we know that when you get 30 assists or more, when the Knicks get 30 assists or more, they win, like 99% of the time. I think they're like 18-1, 18-2 or something. Something outstanding. Oh, is that Mikal who just hit another 3? Boom. And then the Knicks started opening up when the bench came in. Oh, here, this is a nice play here. Look at that. Beautiful fast break. They are creating such great chemistry right now. Yeah, it's funny, like we're seeing all these job points, but he only had 10. Those are, look at this. He just runs right through, scores over another defensive player of the year. Look at Cat. Cat battled. Cat was outstanding in that third quarter. It's one of the main reasons that the Knicks were able to take control of that third quarter because it's not like the Grizzlies were cold. They lit us up for 32 points in that third quarter, but we had 42. That's right. We had Towns with 16, Brunson with 12, Mikal with 9. Right there. And Josh Hart, OG, everybody chimed in there. 42 points for them. The Knicks shot 58.6% in that third quarter. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that hustling. Look at that. Cat just getting those offensive rebounds. Beautifully done. Where did he finish offensive rebounds-wise? I thought he did a pretty good job on the boards today. 6 offensive rebounds for Karl-Anthony Towns today. I think that's pretty high. It's more on the higher end. He's more of a defensive rebound guy. He finished with 11 boards. Josh Hart finished with 10. Towns had a double-double today, 24 and 11. But look, that's his average. That's what he averages. 2 of 4 from the three-point line, 9 of 17 overall. It's what these other guys did. The Knicks had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in double figures today. Cam Payne with 11 points. Deuce McBride, 14. Precious, 14. Jalen, 20. Bridges, 28. 24 for Towns. And 15 points for OG. Oh, that was that. Look at this dunk. Boom! That was outstanding. I mean, this game. Oh, look, he just picked Bane's pocket right here. Here we go. Alley-oop dunk. That is the synergy we're talking about. That's chemistry. And that's only going to improve as we go along. But it definitely does help that Thibs has expanded to a 9-man rotation. That cannot be understated. That is crucial. 9-man rotation. Look at this dunk by Deuce right there. Outstanding. And after that dunk, I have a highlight to show you. I don't think they showed it there. Which basically captures the vibes right now happening with this team. How much they're enjoying themselves right now. Gotta go to it right now. Here we go. Here it is. Yeah. Look at them laughing. They're trying to help him up. Falling, laughing. Look at them. They're like having the time of their lives. Look at Cat's face. Look at him. Like little kids. Like little kids there. I love it. Because that kind of camaraderie is what matters. you need to develop that because you're going into some battles coming forward. You know, there's the Nuggets are coming up next. You got the Lakers. And then the Houston Rockets who beat the Boston Celtics tonight. This is a crucial week to tell us what kind of team this really is. And honestly, I don't need any more information. This is truly one of the 4 contenders in the NBA. No doubt about it. There's no doubt. I mean, I don't see how people can even still argue that in any way, shape, or form. I mean, when you look at, let's see, let's go here. Let's go back to here before we get to these stats. All right, here we go. Look, we got Just by records. Cavs, OKC, Celtics. Ooh, what happened there? Interesting. I lost totally changed. No, okay, it's back. It was the 10 games. Oh, delete that. All right. This thing's acting funky. Here we go. All right. Just wins. Cavs, OKC, Celtics, Rockets, Grizzlies, who we just beat, and Knicks. Right there. This is it. But I would say Houston and Memphis, they still got to earn it. They still got to earn that contending moniker. Even though the Rockets definitely showed up tonight when they took care of business against the Celtics. We'll see. We'll see what they can do against the Knicks. We'll see what they can do. If they are, then they are part of the conversation as well. Then there'll be 5 legitimate contending teams. I don't consider Memphis to be a legitimate contending team. I think they can go on a nice run, maybe even get to Western Conference Finals. It's possible. I just don't see them really having enough to get to the actual finals themselves. And plus, you never know what's going to happen with the Nuggets. They may make a move. The Clippers look amazing. I mean, their defense is outstanding. When you look at the ratings, here's the offensive ratings. The Knicks are number 2 now in offensive rating in the NBA. And then we look at defensive rating. The Knicks are 14th, which isn't great. They got to up that, but you see what they were able to do tonight. If that keeps trending in the right direction, it's going to be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful orange and blue skies ahead for us here, as Stephen A. Smith would say. The Knicks are a 6.9 in defensive rating, which is 5th best in the NBA, and just behind the Grizzlies, who they just beat. So really, the net rating is really the story of who are the true contenders here. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. All right, let's get back to this. All right, I rattled off the stats, but here's so you can actually see them for yourself. The New York Knicks, 143 points, 32 assists, 46 rebounds. They shot 38.6% from the three-point line on 44 attempts. They connected on 17 three-pointers. I love that they kept jacking them up. They weren't shooting them outstandingly, but just enough to keep the Memphis Grizzlies honest. Keep that defense honest. You can see 51.9% from the field overall. The plus minus is just an incredible story. Look at plus minus 43 for Bridges, 41 for Anunoby, 23 for Towns, 14 for Brunson, 18 for Josh Hart, and a plus 17 for Cam Payne. Plus 9 for Precious and a plus Deuce. The Memphis Grizzlies, you can see Jaren Jackson Jr., 21 points for him. Honestly, I would rather have Karl Anthony Towns than Jaren Jackson Jr. There were rumors years ago when Leon first came to the Knicks that Jaren Jackson Jr. was someone on Leon's radar. Like, I think he was even his client. He was on his radar. He was looking for ways to get him. I think Towns is a much better fit here, especially the fact that Towns is such a fantastic passer. So that keeps everyone else connected on the offensive end. Like Jackson, he had 0 assists tonight. Desmond Bane, I expected more from him. 16 points for him. Just only 4 3-point attempts. I don't know why he didn't attempt more. And Zach Edey, he had some problems with Cat tonight, but he finished with 9 points and 11 rebounds. They shot 37.5% from the three-point line, but only on 24 attempts. And what happens to you when you put up 20 attempts less from the three-point line in the NBA than your opponent? You're going to lose. Here are the team stats. Compared to the thing that we really want to point out here is points in the paint. The Knicks had 70 points in the paint tonight. There were plus 10 in that. We already talked about the fast break points, 31 for the Knicks to just 9 for the Grizzlies. That's a plus 22 right there. And the largest lead the Knicks had was 39 points. The Grizzlies only had a 2-point lead at one time. But look at the assists. The Knicks are a plus 11 there. Steals, a plus 15 in steals. I can't even believe I'm seeing that stat line. And I want to see it again. I want to see that again. I love that aspect of us. Because, if a fantastic way to get stops is get steals. get deflections, force turnovers. That's the way to do it. If you can't have great rim protection, though we did have 7 blocks tonight to their 9. We had 7 blocks, which is decent for us. If you can't get those kind of stops, that type of rim protection, then you want to harass people before they even get to the rim. That is a magical trick. Woo! What a fantastic victory. This team is showing that they have the ability to beat anybody in the NBA. This is what people are looking for as a signature win. It tells me that there's a lot more in the tank here. This team can do even more. And I can't wait to see. We got Wednesday is the Denver Nuggets. That's going to be a great test. They're definitely a different team than they were when we played them in Denver and we won that game. So we'll see. They might come in with some extra fire. They want with the desire to get revenge. Nikola Jokic is, the best player in the world. So we'll see. It's going to be a big challenge, but Karl-Anthony Towns can meet that challenge. If there is a 5 out there that can meet that Jokic challenge, it's this man right here, number 32 in orange and blue and white tonight. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. If this is your first time here, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button for me. We've been here before, please subscribe. Definitely. We're at 95. We're over 9,500 subscribers now. We're on our way to get 10,000. We will get 10,000 this season. It's going to happen. The enthusiasm that's building is tremendous. It's wins like this, wins like against the Kings, against the Hawks. Man, and it's only the beginning, man. We're right in the middle. We're in the middle of the season here. Cannot wait. All right, thank you so much, and I will see you. And don't forget to drop your comments around the Knicks-Verse.